Hello, welcome everyone to another video by me. Today, I'm going to be doing a longer video today. I'm going to be doing a little tier list. Let me turn this down a little for my ears. We're going to be doing Risk of Rain 2 item tier list. This is a serious video, by the way. I'm not going to be joking around. I'm going to be telling you. Oh, that actually might be too quiet. Oh, I muted it. Oops, sorry, boys. I'm going to be doing a tier list of every item in the game. I have about 800 hours on the video game, and I have some opinions on the items. Some of them are hot takes, some of them are normal, some of them are bad takes, I guess, whatever you want to call them. But it's how good I think every item is. We're going to be going in order. I think I'm going to do all the white items, including these ones. Then I'll do green, red, yellow, blue, equipment, and then void. Well, a little bit of spice to it as well, I guess. So, starting with the very first item, Soldier's Syringe. I cannot speak today. I think it's about between A and B. I'll put it in B. Not every character likes attack speed as much as others, so that's why I've only put it in B tier. Like Commando, that loves attack speed. He wants to fuck it all day. But character like Loader or Artificer, you never need attack speed. It's like an afterthought. I'm like, why do I need this? I don't need this. This is useless. Like some characters, like Railgunner, kind of likes it too. You know, you get to shoot your little M1 faster. It's pretty cool. And Commando. You get to reload faster, Railgunner, but no one cares about that. Let's be honest. We care more about that you can fly with it. Yeah. So about a B tier overall. Also, there's a lot of other sources of attack speed in the game for the characters that need attack speed, so not the most required thing. Next up, your boy Tougher Times. Normally I put this in S tier, but I think there's an item better than it. This a void item. You already know which one. But I'm going to put it in A tier anyways because it's still really good. The only problem with it is you rely on luck, and it doesn't stack very well either. It's hyperbolic stacking, meaning the stacking like goes down from the first stack, so it'd be 13%, then 13%, and 13%. It's really weird. I don't even think if I explained it correctly, but basically it's not linear. So it won't be 13, then 26, and then 30. It's 15% actually, I think. So it's 15, then 30. It will stack lower every time you pick one up. It's not 15, then 15. It'll go down. So yeah. Stacking it isn't really the greatest. I think 10 stacks is like pretty good though. It's like a solid like 1 in 3 or 2 in 3 block rate, which is pretty cool. But yeah. Next up, Monster Tooth. I think this item is very average. It's a nice game healing item early game, but later on it gets outclassed by pretty much most of the white items. I'd say not really the greatest, but not really the worst. It can carry you for like the first 2 stages. You go like get the orbs. If you're taking a lot of damage early game, it's a nice item, but nothing like essential. You don't need Monster Tooth, and it's not going to really carry you late game. You're getting hit by brass contraptions, I guess. You got better items for that. Next up, Crit Glasses, S tier. Crit damage doubles your damage output, makes everything stronger. Pretty self-explanatory. I don't need to explain it. I have all the crit items. Probably the only S tier, other than another one. The rest really aren't as good as this, so yeah. Only crit item in S tier, maybe. Go Hoof, easy S tier. It's mobility. You always want to Go Hoof. There is a thing, it's too much speed, but you always want to grab mobility items, so easy S tier. Every survivor needs your boy Go Hoof. Save energy drink. You know, I'll just put it up here now. Mobility items are king. Go Hoof is better on some characters like Commando. Energy drinks better on characters like Huntress and Mercenary. It depends on what you're playing. Artificer also likes this more because they can charge with specials. Commando likes this because when he shoots, he can't run. It depends on the survivor. Both are pretty much like S tier items. You always want mobility. Both are also good to grab at the same time, though most of the time you do prefer one over the other. Bungus, easy D tier. It has the niche of being good with Inji's turns. That's it. It's not that funny either. Shut the fuck up, okay? It's not funny. Bungus is not funny. That's my hot take for the video. And It's not really good. It's only good on one character. It's not good on any other character. It doesn't actually have that bad of healing, honestly, but you have to stand still, which is pretty risky to use. So, try to be mindful when you're trying to heal with this item. But, yeah, I think heals like 2.5 per second, which honestly isn't that bad. But it's risky, so there's a downside to it. But, you know, you have to use it, you have to use it. Just be careful with it. Crowbar also goes in B tier. Cool item on characters that actually benefit from it, and equipments that benefit from it decently. It sucks ass on Commando and like majority of characters actually, but it's good on like Bandit, Loader, Railgunner, you know, those high damage, burst damage characters, Artificer. The rest of the cast, it's pretty shit on. But for those characters that's good on, it's pretty decent. It also works way better in single player than multiplayer, as your friends will probably hit something before you if you're playing one of those characters, especially a Loader, where you have to charge and punch. So, it kind of is nerfed by that, but it's pretty good with the characters. They are good with it. Same with Bleed. I think Bleed's probably top of A tier. I don't think it's quite S tier. For the characters that do benefit, they really benefit from it. The characters that don't benefit from it really don't benefit from it. Although it does have good synergy with Shatter Spleen, Crit does as well, and Crit's more consistent across the rest of the cast, so it's kind of better. But it's still a really good item. The commando item of all time, right here, is Bleed. So, pretty cool. Next up, Warp Banner, going in D tier. This item is pretty niche and only really useful on stage 1 or 2. It can give a nice attack speed for this character's immediate. The movement speed isn't that great because as soon as you leave like the radius of it's like for like 1 second, so you have to be in the radius to use it. It can be good sometimes, but I've never really had it save me before or be like really that helpful. And you have to run out of the radius a lot. It's hard to stay in the radius, especially when you're like playing on higher difficulties, like Monsoon and Eclipse. Like, bro, I ain't gonna stand in that. The enemies are attacking so fucking often that I gotta run outside the teleporter because it does trigger one outside teleporter race. Also, every time you level up. I think one thing that they should do with the item to make it a little bit better is to spawn one during the Mithrix fight during each phase, so it's a little bit better because it's completely useless during that fight. Or, whenever you use an FMP, it always spawns one. There you go. Boom, buff. That doesn't really make sense now on kill item, but hey, cool enough. Cautious Slug, easy A tier. Really good healing item. It's just straight up increases your passive regen, which is probably your best form of healing in the entire game, because it just heals you. It rewards you for not getting hit, and it will slowly heal your health bar up. This item saved me better than every other white, green, and most red items. So, yeah. Pretty good item. I'd say it's probably the second best healing item in the game. There's a better one. You probably know what it is. But I personally think it's here. Next up, Personal Shield Generator. I think it's a B tier item. I think it's the low B tier. It increases your max health by 8 HP, but it also gives you shields. Now, more later in the run, you probably don't need this, but early on in the run, it's honestly not bad. Especially on like Eclipse 5 and higher. It's nice to have like a consistent, reliable health recovery. That is Personal Shield Generator. It's only 8% of your health on first pickup, but it's honestly not bad. And I always usually end up keeping one whenever I'm doing like first or even second loop runs, because you normally don't get a lot of healing. And in Eclipse, you just always carry this really. But as far as game modes, it's pretty decent. It's not that amazing, and I definitely would scrap it for a better item, but not bad. Also, there's like this really dumb misconception that this removes your one-shot protection. It doesn't, you fucking idiot, okay? If you think that, you're wrong. The only thing that removes your one-shot protection in this game is Curse, and that's it. Or if you're below 90% health. Now, this can hinder it, but it doesn't remove it, because shield and health are two separate values, so, yeah. Medkit. Medkit's probably B tier. It's okay early mid game, but late game, it kind of falls off unless you have like 20 stacks of them or a Rejuve rack. Not the greatest healing item. It's gonna go and be Gasoline. Probably the best AoE item in the game, in my opinion. It goes in S tier. It just creates an exploding radius of fire, and it kills everything. Really good early game and mid game. Late game, it does fall off a bit, but it's still better to have than most healing items. I think the only other one that I think I'd probably put this high is Will-O-Wisp, but we're not at greens yet, so we'll get to that when we get to that. But overall, pretty good. I love Ghastling. Makes Mountain Stride events early on really manageable too, especially if like Beetle Queen and stuff. Pretty damn cool. Stun Grenade. I think I'd put Stun Grenade in C tier. It's good on like Commando and stuff, but aside from that, you're not gonna get too much benefit of it. You need a really fast tagging character to really benefit, and it's 5% per stack, but it's also hyperbolic, which is really weird to me because I don't know why they made it hyperbolic, but it's 5% and then it will hyperbolically go down, so it's not linear stacking like Teddy Bear. It's really weird, but that's how it works. Next up, Fireworks. I would normally put this in D tier, but Pocket ICBM and Caffeinator, so it goes in C tier. I don't need to really explain this too much. You know that these aren't really that great. They're one of my favorite items in the game, but they suck on their own. You kind of need a Pocket ICBM to be good with the Caffeinator, which really does buff this a lot. So yeah, if you get that, it's like S tier, but on its own, pretty C tier-y. The backup Meg, B tier. Actually, I put Syringe. Syringe goes higher than these two, yeah. It goes right there. It's good on survivors like Huntress and Mercenary. It doesn't really like good on some other characters, so kind of depends on the survivor. And what secondary skill you have on. Like in Captain, you're like, I don't want another taser, get this out of here, right? Exactly, you don't want this all the time. Sticky Bomb goes in C tier. Sticky Bomb is decent when you get a lot of stacks on them, but on its own, it's not going to do much for you. And the 180 total damage buff isn't that great either. You kind of need it. Like, it starts at 5% and this stacks over time. Like, if you get a printer, you can benefit from this, and it can do a lot of damage for you, but early game, since you rarely get, like, more than one most of the time, or two, it's not going to benefit you that much. This is one of those white items that I've never actually had been that good for me, honestly. Like, don't get me wrong, it's okay, but there's just better options for proccing items. Rusted Key, A tier. Gives you a free green or red item on the next stage. Pretty cool. Don't really need to explain too much. Armor piercing rounds. Also go in B tier. This does more damage to bosses. Like those bosses in the teleporter, Mithrix, Voidling, does more damage to them. Pretty good. And I guess the Simulacrum boss always counts as well, which is pretty nice. Topaz Brooch, also going in the C tier. I like this item. I like it a lot, but you need a lot of stacks of them for them to be good. It's not that hard to get a lot of stacks of them, but most of the time, it's not really that worth it. It's only really useful once you get a lot of stacks of them for like maybe like stage 4 and 5 and like the first few stages of the loop run. You can tank a few hits more, but eventually falls off pretty hard as the enemy damage scaling gets pretty high, making it pretty crap. But it's not bad if you can get it to work. I've had runs where it's popped off. I don't know if it's really saved me, but it's cool seeing the yellow bar. So for that, it's going to C tier. Focus Crystal. I'm going to put it up here. Only good on melee survivors or close range survivors. This item, you either are a melee survivor and you're going to be close, or you're a survivor that has a gun and you want to be committed to being close. So, I mean, it could be useful on any survivor theoretically if you're up close, but it kind of depends. Like if I'm playing Bandit or Commando, there's a good chance I'm going up close to them early game, but later game, I'm not going to bother. But if I'm playing Mercenary or like Melee Acrid, you know, I'm going up in their ass. You already know. Loader, 100%. Going up in their ass. I'm going to whack it. Boom. And then Bison Stick, F tier easy. It just gives 25 HP. Nothing really special. Not going to save you. Repulsion Armor though. It goes A tier. It's a really good defensive item. It provides enough defense early game to make you survive a lot of things. And late game, you get a couple stacks of them, you're going to be tanking a lot more hits that you want to tank, like lesser wisps. Clay Templars, Lunar Chimeras, unless they cripple you. Perfected ones, it doesn't really save you that much on them, but the regular ones, it helps a lot. Which is pretty cool. And yeah, I love this item. It provides a lot of nice utility. It makes me survive shit that I should survive. And yeah. Next up, Mocha. I want to put this in S tier. Yeah, it's a mobility item. I'll put it in S. I think it's a little bit worse because he also gives attack speed. But it does give movement. Not as good as the other ones, but pretty solid. So, yeah. Next up, Delicate Watch. Increases damage by 20%. The only problem with it breaks, but it's a high risk, high reward item. But it gets top of 8 tier. I think I put a little bit lower in the bleed. Can be one of the strongest white items in the game simply because of the damage thing, but you know, you could always break it, so there's that downside. Roll of Pennies. I put in C tier. Put Fireworks above it. Yeah, I put Stun Grenade above it. On hit you gain gold. It can be beneficial sometimes, but earlier throughout the stages, you're not gonna get hit as much compared to the teleporter. And by the time you usually hit teleporter, you've bought everything on the stage you need, and you're trying to go to the next stage. So it's kind of interesting. In Simulacrum, it's a bit better because money's very scarce early game in that mode, so it actually buffs it quite a bit. But overall, it's definitely a C tier item. Elixir, put it up here. Good healing item. I think it's not really a healing item. It's more of a I save you item. It technically is. When you drop below 25% health, it heals you back up to whatever HP. Heals you 75% HP. So whatever. This year 25 would bring you to 100. Pretty good item. I think I would put it above Slug for now, but it's not a consistent source of healing. So this is still, yeah. It's more of just I save you item. It doesn't always save you. Elixir will only save you if you survive the hit. So if you get hit by a multi-attack, good chance it won't save you. Especially if it does more damage than your Elixir can heal you. And you're not surviving, buddy. It's more useful like early game and like first loop when you get hit by something stupid and then, oh, gotta heal you. Yeah. Opal. Definitely. Yeah, I put S tier. Put up above. It's a shield. Oh, upon your first stack, you take half damage. On your second stack, it's like 66%, then it's like 70. It doesn't stack very well, but it is a pretty good shield. It can block a lot of things that probably normally do more damage. And yeah, pretty good item. It saved my ass definitely a lot of times. S tier. Easy. Okay. That's all the white items. My god. Alright. Should I do like multiple parts? Should I just record this all at once? I think I'm gonna do multiple parts. So, if you're watching, wait till part 2 comes out. I don't know when that will be. But thanks for watching. Bye.